Hey, what's up, everyone? Just gonna do a quick little update here to the little changes that I've made in my reptile room. Some of y'all probably saw before with the emerald tree skinks that I had a trio of them and a kind of a relatively small, the 18 by 18 by 24. It had always been, intended solely as a temporary situation, but we know how that goes. Sometimes it goes longer than you really wanted it to, and sometimes people just say, "Ah, screw it, I'm gonna stick with it." But I know deep down inside, it wasn't right to leave those guys in that. So I found a good deal locally on a nice 36-inch long by 24-inch tall by 18 Exoterra. So I picked this bad boy up, and I just got done setting it up a couple days ago. I got my three adults in there, and it's kind of funny that even though they had all the space, they've been stacking up in the same area with each other and hanging out like they tend to do. As you can see right now, there's only one really showing itself. But if you keep these, then you know that they're curious little creatures, but they also are creatures of habit, and they like to do things a certain way, certain time of day. I feel like they're a lot more active between 9 to 10 a.m. all the way up to about 3:30, 4 p.m. or so. And right now we're coming up on about 6, so they're really shut off for the day, and they're not going to be interactive at all. But so I did the background, same style that you can do with the Gorilla Glue and using Eco Earth and the moss and whatnot. You can find how-to videos over on Clint's Reptiles. Super simple, easy to do. Like the cork bark that's in the background holding the plant, the piece of spirally wood, and then the other piece of cork bark that's tucked in with it. Those are all held into that background with that same Gorilla Glue. And it works out really well. So this is definitely my go-to way to make a background. I think that whole background, if you get rid of the cost of the cork bark itself, I think I'm like maybe $40 into the background, and it's going to look good and hold up for a long time. And if you got like the Mist King systems and stuff, and it stays really wet all the time, it'll start growing mold, or not mold, I'm sorry, it'll start growing like algae and stuff on it. Let me turn that off a little bit, see if I can get it to clear out some. This thing did turn out pretty sweet, and these guys are really enjoying it. So I gave them plenty of climbing spaces, got nice big cork bark tubes they can go in and out of. All these pieces on the back, there's entrances down at the bottom down here. They're kind of hidden, and they can come out behind this orchid plant and come out over here. Same with this one, they can go in through there and then pop out down underneath here where you can't really see. A lot of cool little spots for them, like this little husk. They can go up underneath there and hide, and I think that's where a couple of them might be right now, but it's a pretty sweet setup. I'll be excited to see it fill in with plants and whatnot. It's full of, it's bioactive. So I got springtail cultures, I got dwarf whites, and I got the Kluge clowns in there, the Montenegros. Those things get eaten as the skinks see them. So yeah, how long they actually get to stay in there, it's anybody's guess. These doors are a little finicky. It's the only thing I don't like about these Exoterras. But yeah, so that's that. I got a little fogger system, which I don't know. I'm not really a fan of it. I will say, if anything, it keeps a little humidity in there, and it seems to help the tank stay misted down better, if that makes sense. So like if I go to mist it down with my sprayer down here, then it doesn't seem to dry out near as quick. So I do like it for that, I suppose, but I am going to have to get one of those Mist King systems eventually. It is what it is. The fogger's not all that great. It looks cooler than it actually functions. So the two tanks that were up here, I had the adults in a tank. That's that one over there. It's completely cleaned out and everything. I'm intending to use it for something that I've always wanted, which would be a tokay gecko. I have yet to own one of those, so I'll be picking one up pretty soon. And I'm gonna do the whole background on that as well. I'm gonna kind of load it up with cork bark tubes and whatnot, so they can feel real secure coming in and out, and just gecko shit, just typically how they are. So this was the other tank that was over there, and this was my little like skink nursery tank. I got one of the little guys over there, and he's got something going on with his back. I'm not really sure what it is, so we can zoom in a little bit. It's not a birth defect. He didn't come out the egg like that. I think he got injured somehow. He was MIA for about a week underneath the ground and didn't come back up for a while. I started to think he was gone, like dead. Then he reappeared, and he had that little hump in his back. The other one that's in there with him is about the same size. So I don't know if it was caused by that one or if he took a spill or got stuck behind something or what the deal is, but yeah, I whacked a lot of the plants back in this thing. I took clippings out, put them in the other tank, and gave some away to a couple friends as well. But I'm eventually going to move this one back over here. It's going to go underneath here. This little wood shelf unit that I made is set up with the Arcadia plant lights and UVB lights. All right, so that's plant light as well. So I'll be moving this back over here. That one will go over here as well, and then I will move this out. So this is the Indigo's enclosure, and I've completely revitalized that. I got tired of looking at it where it was set up with, you know, aspen shavings and easier to maintain, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to try going a bioactive route for the first time ever with a snake. It seemed to have worked really well when I've done it with, you know, geckos, skinks, Ackie monitors. I've never really had a problem doing a bioactive setup. So we'll try it out with this guy. My understanding from some people online is that it can go very well. You know, I still intend to spot clean if I see like a big nasty turd just sitting on the surface. I'm going to get that bad boy up anyway, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. And yeah, he's in there. I'm probably not going to see a whole lot of him for a while. He's only a year old, so he's still in that you know, scared little chicken shit stage where he's hiding from everything. But he's crushing food really well. I think he's up to about 182 grams right now, and he's in shed. So hopefully he'll come out of shed. You know, keep on slamming food and growing, and he's darkening up as he gets older too, which is interesting. He had a real bronze coloration to him, and it's going more black, which, you know, is pretty expected with him. But I'll be interested to see how much of that bronze coloration sticks with his head. So anyway, that's a little bit of an update that I have for now. Oh, and one more thing. When I was cleaning out the skink enclosure, found more eggs. So I've got 2 more skink eggs. Who knows how far along they were. By looking at them, I'm gonna guess they were only a couple weeks along. So hopefully, you know, they hatch out and have a couple more healthy babies to throw into the nursery. But that's the update that I have for now. Yeah, take it easy. Be safe.